Welcome my friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to talk about project site management from the MEP perspective. I'm an MEP engineer and my whole idea is to make my fellow MEP colleagues, to give more and more inputs based on my experience. So project site management for the MEP is what is the topic of today's video. It starts with any project starts with organization structure. Have a proper organization structure, get the right resource at right place. If you do fail over here, the entire project will have an impact. So always build a proper organization structure, a project manager who is accountable, who is responsible, with clear roles and responsibilities for team, right? And everybody should be aware of the ground rules of the project. When to come, when to leave, what is the roster after in the evening, what is the roster for Sunday, what are the holidays, what is the lunch time. All these ground rules, small things needs to be told and teams should be aware of. Teams should have clear roles and responsibilities, accountabilities. There should not be any subjectivity. All these responsibilities have to have objective targets, and the project manager is the leader and he should be able to lead this team, because without team it is not possible to complete the project. So that's the first important aspect we must learn, or we must think when we start any project. If you do without this, you are going to face a lot of problems. So site management has to have organization structure, project manager, a team with clear cut responsibilities and accountabilities, and obviously the ground rules on how do we manage project, because each project is different, your ground rules can be different. So team will have planning, very important. We cannot combine planning and design. Planning is a different role about giving us what to do, how to do, and when to do, right? And he is a person who is always a right hand of a project manager, who will always guide, gives alert, right? Construction, health, safety and environment, QA/QC, and there are other team members like admin, logistics, stores, documentation. These are the must team members for any project, whatever may be the project size. We need this. The team has to be like this. The next is resource management plan, about who are the people on the project, when they are going to come and when they are going to leave, based on their responsibilities, because design people may not be there for the whole time of the project. They will come and then leave. Create such a resource management plan, and you can also work out the cost of that resources, so that we are very clear, because this is going to be the fixed cost. If the project gets delayed, your resources remain on site, your fixed cost goes up, and that actually eats away the profitability on the project. So resource management plan is very important, right? Then we have site infra, site office, mostly the connectivity of the site office to your back office, or wherever you want to connect. You need to have mobile connection, you need to have Wi-Fi, all those things. Then store, labor accommodation, fabrication yards where you can peacefully do your fabrication outside, right, rather than doing everything at site. HSC and medical infra, and you need special machineries to expedite the work, because everything cannot be done manually. Then planning, as I said, planning tells about what to do, how to do, and when to do. This is very important when it comes to planning. Then let us look at some of the mistakes which we do. One of the common mistake is we keep our plans in our head, and that's not the right way to do it. Everything has to be on paper or your laptop or PC, because it can create a lot of confusion, and it will also create unnecessary stress on the project, on the people. So it is very important, always keep your plans on paper and not in the head, right? You should have execution strategies in place on what you are going to do on site, what off site, what are the automations or innovations you are going to use on the project, whether you are going to buy the machineries or you are going to lease the machineries, is what you need to be clear from the day one. If you are leaving it for the last moment, then you will always do firefighting and unnecessarily increase the cost. Some of these are important execution strategies we must apply. Look at these, some of the strategies we can apply. Then try and use modern tools. These tools will help you in quality, in the safety and the speed of the project. We must rely on these tools. That is very important. Then there should be a full clarity on the scope. what is part of scope and what is not part of scope. The scope should be known to the each and every person about what is the material, what is the consumable, what is the labor, how we are going to install, what are the quantities, and we should be aware of the specification and the makes of this material. Then you can get permit to work. Scope clarity is very important on any project. Then you must also plan based on the productivity matrix, which is how many resources you need to complete your work. It is not that every day you will try and find resources. We need to have plan in place, and the plan can be from this, what are the dates, what are the number of days you are available, what is the quantity of work to be done, and what is your benchmark productivity. Based on that, please get your manpower, for each and every activities, and get this kind of schedule out of it. There could be some variations, but it is better that we are prepared, right? Prepared with proper data and not because of our intuition. Then most importantly, sequencing of work. Who goes first, who goes second? If you go first and if the second goes first and the first comes later, there is a rework. So it is better to sit down area by area, do a sequencing so that there are no clashes, there are no reworks. From the task planning perspective, get your monthly plans in. From that you can derive the weekly targets. From that you can derive the daily targets. Every toolbox you should have targets and the HVAC related. You should quickly go to the site. It is very important to have dedicated supervision to get right safety and right target with the right quality. If you don't have that, you will have misses, and that will create a lot of problem. Always have 5-minute wrap-up TBT in the evening just to get an idea about any safety related issues, or what about targets, what was achieved, and this can be your inputs to your billing, right? It can be input to your next day action, and the targets, the achievement can go part of your daily billing. What review we must do when it comes to project site? We need to do progress, what was planned, what is actual, and then we can get a lot of actions, either to get more resources or go to customer and get the extension of time. There are customer complaints you need to resolve, and again report. Most of the time we resolve but we don't report. There are HSE and quality related issues which might come up. We should have first of all corrective and obviously preventive actions so that it doesn't come up in future. Cost versus billing versus collection, you need to have proper follow-ups. Make sure that it happens on time. Stores and inventory, if you find inventory is there which is not going to be used in the project, transfer, or you will have to dispose at your cost. Then there are a lot of related issues like claims, contractual communications, you need to meet, you need to settle. These are some of the areas of review and the action points. What should be a daily routine of PM? He attends the TBT, he plans for a day where he gets the to-do activities, he reviews the schedules, right? And then he goes for a site walk with the team meeting actions, small meeting actions at site, at his office, right? Then he responds to correspondence, meeting with customer. If there are planned meetings, he attends that, and finally from the end of the day he starts following up the critical activity, because he has to make sure that a critical part doesn't get impacted, right? And when he goes out, he gets a wrap up from the teams so that he is aware of what has happened over the period of the day, and this should be the daily routine of a PM. I would tell you, for all of you who feel that time is very short, do this exercise and I think you will get a lot of time. List out the activities after every 30 minutes for a week. Categorize them in different categories, and then allocate the time against each category, how much time you spent on the categories. What do you do next? You will find a lot of unproductive activities that you do. Please eliminate from your life. There are some activities which your subordinate is supposed to do and you are doing it. Please start delegating that activities. There are some activities which you are doing repeatedly. Automate those activities. There are some activities which you are not expert of, but you are doing it and wasting your time. Outsource that activities. If you do this, then you have only two things to do. Focus on what is going on right, and then plan for future. If you do this, your life will be more easy. Please do this exercise, and the data will surprise you. Do this and I think you will be able to better project manage it. Every project needs to have a plan. Like Every game needs to have a game plan. Our project management is a game plan. Like for any game, we have a game plan, right? So for any project, be prepared before you go. The key to success of the project is being proactive instead of waiting for others to tell what to do. You need to know what is to be done tomorrow, day after, this week, next week, and probably months. Everything should be there with you, and then you can become more proactive. I will leave this with this slide. The best way to predict future is to create it. Thank you so much. I request all of you to read my books. These two books available. The link is here. The link is also in the description box. Follow me on all these platforms. Thank you so much. If you like more such videos, let me know which topics you want to know. Comment it, like it, subscribe it. Thank you so much.